The temptation to break purpose to make a little extra attitude. Break not. Stay on the level.
Welcome to the...
You look like you went through some boost.
I don't feel so great. I'm dizzy, I'm nauseous, and sometimes I'm even seeing things that aren't there.
That's just the plasmid blues, Mary. You just need to slow down a bit on the splicing before you know it. Remember, a smart splicer.
You're almost there. The sphere to Ryan is up on ahead. Ryan's handed the keys to Fort Frolic over to a guy named Sander Cohen. Cohen's an artist, says some. He's a Section 8, says I. I've seen all kinds of cutthroats, freaks, and hard cases in my life. But Cohen's a real lunatic. Psychopath.
That's better. Atlas Ryan. Atlas Ryan. Da 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 da. Time was, you could get something decent on the radio. The artist has a duty to seduce the ear and delight the spirit. So say goodbye to those two blowhards, and hello to an evening with Sander Cohen. I haven't seen a sign of real life down here in months. Let's see if you're just another Johnny-come-lately. Something more delicious.
You only make it past the poker box.
No one touches me!
Nicely done. Where did you start?
Get off!
That's all you got? Come back! I didn't mean any...
Smell the malt vinegar in this one. I've waited so long for something tasty to come to this little burg, but all that pass are yokels and rubes. Where are my manners? Come in! Come in! Sander Cohen awaits you at the Fleet Hall.
Welcome to the Circus of Value! Kill your cravings at the Circus of Value!
Welcome to Fort Frolic. No need to thank me for jamming the transmissions of those boors, Atlas and Ryan. Let them have their squabble. The artist, yes, the artist knows there is richer earth to till. For example, I test you, little moth, but for a reason. I test all my disciples. Some shine like galaxies, and some burn like a...
Welcome to the...
Come into my world.
Kill your cravings and the staircase of value. Welcome. Welcome to the Saddleback when you get some money, buddy.
Nobody allowed backstage prior to showtime, little moth. Fidgety, fidgety, fidgety.
Rapture is going to hell. And why? Because of them. Always behind the scenes. And I see them and the galleries. So faith. And down here is utopia. The doubters. Ryan understands. We're simpatico. Yes, there's blood in the streets. Yes, people sometimes disappear. And those awful little girls. Well, I suppose the doubters think you can paint a picture without soiling your smoke. latest musical insult. Of all the worthy artists in Rapture, why you continue to devote column inches to this musical gremlin is beyond my imagination. Where she is not derivative, she's boring. Where she's not boring, she's obvious. Where she's not obvious, she's dangerous.
That's better. Atlas Ryan. Atlas Ryan. Da 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 da. Time was, you could get something decent on the radio. The artist has a duty to seduce the ear and delight the spirit. So say goodbye to those two blowhards, and hello to an evening with Sander Cohen. No, I haven't seen a sign of real life down here in months. Let's see if you're just another Johnny-come-lately, or maybe something more delicious.
What's that?
You so much!
Sweet rum, where did you stop?
Come here and say it.
I can smell the malt vinegar in this one. I've waited so long for something tasty to come to this little burg, but all that pass are yokels and rubes. Where are my manners? Come in! Come in! Sander Cohen awaits you at the Fleet Hall.
Welcome to the set.
Welcome to Fort Frolic. Nobody allowed backstage prior to showtime, little moth. Fidgety, fidgety, fidgety.
No need to thank me for jamming the transmissions of those boors, Atlas and Ryan. Let them have their squabble. The artist, yes, the artist knows there is richer earth to till. For example, I test you, little moth, but for a reason. I test all my disciples. Some shine like galaxies, and some burn like a moth at the flame. Come now into my home.
Kill your cravings and the circus of value. Kill your cravings and the
Rapture is going to hell. And why? Because of them. Always behind the scenes, at the Lyceum, at the galleries in Seoul, and down here in this so-called utopia. The doubters. But Ryan understands. We're simpatico. Yes, there's blood in the streets. Yes, people sometimes disappear. They're awful little girls. Well, doubters think you can paint a picture without soiling your smock. citizen Rapture, why continue to devote column inches to this musical gremlin is beyond my imagination. Where she is not derivative, she's boring. Where she's not boring, she's obvious. Where she's not obvious, she's dangerous.
Possibly think I would meet with my public now, when I'm preparing? Unbelievable.
Nagyon jó, bazd, mert most vettem észre, hogy ki van kapcsolva a tetves mikrofonom. Az Isten vegye meg ezt a tetves gépet. Mindegy, nem számít. Ennél jobban nem fogom fejlősíteni már. Álljál meg! Miért nem tudok ugrani? Mi a faszom van most? Ugrás, space. Igen, mentés, alkalmaz. És nem ugrik.
I'm trying. Please. Once again, young Fitzpatrick.
Köcsög.
Come down now, little more. Life, death. The burden of the artist is to capture.
Hát az nem gondolod, hogy fel fog robbanni.
See young Fitzpatrick here on the...
Jó, ezt szerintem visszatöltöm, mert ezt nem így akartam. Nem gondolod, hogy fel fog robbanni.
Think I would meet with my public now, when I'm preparing? Unbelievable.
Hát ez kellemetlen.
No.
Mr. Cool. Silence.
És mi van, ha nem írom, nem ölöm meg?
Presto! No!
I'm trying. Please. Once again, young Fitzpatrick.
Oh, God, you sick fuck, let me out of there! Come down now, little more.
Ő amúgy felrobbant volna.
Death. The burden of the artist is to capture. See young Fitzpatrick here on the stage. Use your camera. Take him as he is now, so I may remember him.
Jó, tudna, hogy alapból meghalt volna.
What are you waiting for? Fitzpatrick can't hold that pose forever.
Ó, baszd meg. Oké. Money? Hello. Hát bebaszott a karakter, nem baj. Ezek jó a pocitban. Nem rossz. Jöhet. Gyors mentek egy rendeset is, mert az a baj, gyors mentés, hogy néha el tud baszódni és idegesítő. Menj már! Pedig mutatta, mit kell csinálni. Igen, mutatja. Igen, az. De most mi a tökön van? Ja, fényképezzem le. Ilyen hülyeséget.
And now you've got Fitzpatrick caught in his moment of glory. It seems you've got the eye of the shutterbug, little moth. Now, head to the atrium and place his photograph in my masterpiece. And so our collaboration commences.
Hát ez ma nem az én napom. Tegnap se volt az nekem.
I know why you've come, little moth. Use your own hands when you paint the blood of a man I once loved. Yes, I'll send you to Ryan. But first, you must be part of my masterpiece. Go to the atrium. Hurry now. My muse is a fickle bitch with a very short attention span. Do you see it? When I am dust, this is what they'll point to. My quad tick. My masterpiece. Go ahead. Don't be afraid. Touch it. And there's Fitzpatrick, freed of his own defects And here's the glorious news. This is just
Csapd a
the
nyílt.
moment of conception. Out in this place, there are 3 men, all former disciples of mine, all connected by a common thread, betrayal. Find them, little moth, and immortalize their mortality in my quad tick. Go. Once they've been sent to their reward, you shall go to yours and to Ryan. The door to Poseidon Plaza is now open to you, my...
Akkor csak az lesz.
Allow me to draw back the curtain.
I can see your breath. You think you're gonna finish me in here, you old friend?
Üdvözlöm a nézőt.
Get the saps you tossed in this meat locker. I'll panic like rabbits. I just watched and waited. And when they started to kick, I started to scavenge. Made myself a little splicer cocktail, I did. You can't come in from the cold. Then you gotta grow ice over
Szerintem
your
oda kell
heart.
még jönni.
And the Iceman cometh, Sander, baby. The Iceman fucking cometh.
Ajaj. Mi a...
Guess the old grape finally sent someone. Son of a bitch. Left me to freeze. Oh, I've got a pose all picked out for you.
Mi a... Tosz.
What do you say to me?
Ez mi? De ez honnan az anyádból? Leszünk így jóban.
That was bracing. Take a photo of him and place it in the quantic. I'm feeling full, like an expectant mama.
Az nem rossz. Új, de ocsmány vagy. Jöhet? Az is jöhet. Ajaj. Öj, de csúnya.
Yes! Now put the picture in the frame. Let's see what we've got here.
Come here and say it to my face, you lying bastard!
Pofád. Az a baj, ha ezt betöröm, akkor visszaberi azt. Hoppá!
I found her that way!
Nem mész anyád.
Fontaine knew our blokes were coming. We were done over. Splicers come screaming out the woodwork, burping fire, spitting ice. Demons out of the Bible they were. I've never seen nothing like it. It wasn't a business he was building. It was an army.
Ej! Jó, ezt így bekapom. Ah.
get some value.
Szörnyű.
Tell the old crow's music cooks better than it sounds.
There you go again, Harry. Listening to the roar. Predator security is just rounding up the worst of the worst.
Cohen's not a musician. He's Ryan's stable boy. Ryan's corrupt policies crap all over the place, and Cohen flutters around clearing it up. But instead of using a shovel, like you would with a proper mule, Cohen tidies with a catchy melody and a clever turn of phrase. But no matter how nicely it sounds, he can't really do anything about the smell.
Time with my kitten sugar.
Jó, építem meg fel. Vagy. Ó, bazd meg!
Two old birds pulling on each other's lipsticks.
He was a nasty one. And my mate. But I think I like it better this way. Take his damn photo. Chop, chop. You flutter all around the fort, taking life as you go. You're not a moth. You're an angel. I've never painted an angel.
Getting to the best.
Maybe.
Sorry, Mr. Lee. I can...
Well, if it isn't the long-lost Andrew Ryan.
Of all the boys I've known and I've known some.
Come here, Tiger.
I first met you.
I can hear the thud, an angel.
My heart couldn't lie in the soul.
little ones have never had
Thank you.
anyone to look to, except to me.
Thank you.
And I am not much to speak of. You give them hope. And for this, I am grateful. I'll send something to demonstrate that gratitude.
No, I didn't know Fontaine had something to do with it. What are you doing? No, don't, please. I love you, don't, please, no.
Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. Reedy, 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 reedy.
How about some fucking service around here? Maybe I'll just, do something! Who does he think he is?
Kurva, anyádat rohangász. Egy futtyó.
Get the photo before it completely dries up.
Franc a pofádat. Minden kifogyott, bazd meg, minden.
Welcome to the circus. Kill your cravings and the circus of value.
Come on!
Várjál, azt mondjuk, hogy az ma pofádat. Abból kell egy.
Trick the security system. Set security bots and turrets on your enemies.
Igen. Harci tonik. Az is kell. Méghozzá ebből a... Volt egy koponya, az hol? Fizikai tonikhely, az is kell. Igen. Jó. És maradt így 20.
Who's... You did this to me! You! You did it!
It's kinda coming.
Welcome to the Circus of Value!
Te mi vagy. Nagybácsi hipnózis, ez most nem jó. Ez talán meg is hatékonyabb. Igen, ott van beállítva az. Még ez magad így. Egyáltalán közé. Csak történkény.
It's coming together, yes. But there will always be doubters. You go doubt. I could never stomach doubters. That's 3 of 4. What's that look? You don't like it, do you? I don't need to be judged by you, by anyone. Screw you! Screw all you fucking doubters! Here's what I say to all of you! Fly away, little moth! Fly! Smile! Smile!
Nem híleltem. Na még egyszer.
I'm sorry for that outburst. You'll have to forgive an old fool his artistic temperament. The birth is so close now. The labor pains can blur the judgment and drive the passions of even the finest spirits.
Would you kindly leg it over to the spear and get on down to Hephaestus? It's time to settle up with Ryan.
All I want to do is meet some. You leave me alone!
Hey, Mary, why so
You want another?
I don't know, Jim. I guess I just don't know.
The bandits and terrorists. We all need Adam. We all need the little sisters.
Ah ja. Olvassak itt, a kettő az nem benne rossz. Ezt valahogy csak meg lehet szerezni. Ez nem viccből van itt.
Journey to Rapture was my second experience. In 1990, I spent a country.
Ah ja. Jó. Ó, az nem most így. Azokkal is vacakoljak.
For a man who benefits the brilliance of his own, the strength of his own muscles, the might of his own will.
It won't go well. It won't go well at all.
Kettő van még. De hol?
Welcome to the circus of value! Feel your cravings in the circus of value!
Atlas is a friend of the parasite. Don't be a friend of
Még kettő van itt valahol.
I'm a good girl to be. You saved me.
Jó, akkor még egy van valahol.
People of Ratchet didn't sign up to see us government types shutting down shops, killing their owners. Even with a
ponce like Fontaine. But he brung it upon himself. Instead of copping it on the chin, Bugger gets it into his head that he's gonna go down guns blazing. Who does he think he is, John bloody Wayne? We can get on top of this. We can. Here's what we know. We find Fontaine's will and make what was his go to where it was intended. And not into the pockets of us that put him into the ground.
Csapdonyi, az nem kell. Se kell.
You know what? Art, music, poetry. It's like a rift. Cohen's got Ryan wrapped around his little pinky. And why? Because he tells him what he wants to hear. Rise, rapture, rise. Nuts. That stuff was stale before it came out of Cohen's pen. I'm through the whole pinata. See that old fruit trying to keep me here.
Welcome to the circus of value. Feel your cravings at the circus of value.
Kúrj fel! Tak sok értem, hogy nem volt úgy. Hát ez buziság. Jó van. Akkor is feltöröm, bazd meg. Hát így nem. Hol van egy szarvat, nem érdekel. Faszomat. Ilyen buziságot. Nem lehet féltőzni, bazd meg. Pocsékolj itt a történt. Dolgodban megdögleni. Valahogy trappog.
We all have it. And the temptation to break curfew to make a little extra added mystery. Breaking the curfew is not. Stay on the level and out of trouble.
Itt voltam. De mi a faszom, hogy azt ott bebazd meg? De ez mi? Én is faszom. Jó lesz a játék. Álljál! Te kis köcs. Mi az anyád riaszt? Jaj, te riasztasz a kurváját! Franzbe. Behagyik. Láttam, támadni akart! Nézzük, biztos töltény. A shotgunban lehet jobb lenne. Meg összeknő pisztolyba. Valahol még hallom, hogy trappok, de... Itt biztos, hogy nincsen. Éppen voltam. Ezzel nincsen hugica. Na jó. Nem tudom, hát közelem ehhez. Nem. Majdnem elrontottam.
And even I'm shocked at the cold blood that oozes out of these autistic types. This broad Culpepper and that fruit job Cohen are in some kind of feud. And Cohen's looking for my security detail to pick sides. The next thing I know, I'm called into Ryan's office to talk about the whole mess. Goddamn.
Nem lő el oda, beszarok! Hát hűköt kell látnom, hogy milyen is kell a robbanót. Film az nem érdekel. Nincs benne semmi. Fegyverfejlesztés. Na nézzük. Puska hatótáv. Gránátvető. Így puska. Nem tudom, melyiket kéne. Lehet, hogy a pisztolyt kéne fejleszteni, vagy a meg tudom, itt puskát inkább. Pisztolyssebzés. Puska. Megyek ki maxolni.
Some hired Betty tried to sell me on those fancy Oxford Club ciggies. No thanks. I told her I'm a nickel time man. Always will be. Why? Well, they smoke good and don't cost half a damn. Who cares if the things are made out of seashells and fish eggs?
Csak jó, nem mentem túl. Tudom.
I'm good looking. Bienvenido al amor. Muchas gracias.
The parasite takes three things. Free
I found you that way. Only this.
Wild Bunny by Sander Cohen. I want to take the ears off, but I can't. I hop, and when I hop, I never get off the ground. It's my curse, my eternal curse. I want to take the ears off, but I can't. It's my curse. It's my fucking curse. I want to take the ears off. Please, take them off. Please.
My state! Get off!
I didn't touch her! Come back! I didn't do anything by it!
Veszélyes ez az így. Érdekes. Nem rossz. Hát csak az a jó kérdés, hogy a francban várjál az utolsó kubica.
Welcome to the circus of value.
Úgy tudnél.
Welcome to the
Hát nem tudom, egy hubica van még valahol. És nem tudom. Ez így nagyon kellemetlen. Hát, hogy ez... Nem valószínű.
I'm a star, not you! Came here to be...
Chat.
Do you love me now? Touch me again!
Hát nem értem, hogy hol van. Az a baj, hogy még egy fél órát maradok följebb. Aztán szerintem lelövöm a streamot. Egyetlen egy kis lyukat kell megtalálni, de nem tudom, hogy hol. A térkép nem mutatja. Hát én nem értem. Csak az a baj, mi van, hogyha pont annyi kellett volna, hogy majd fejlesszek. Aha, jó, van, itt van.
Where you going, honey?
Oké, meglett.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah! Report me, you fuck!
Na jó, ez az ípuska, ez tetszik, ez jó.
Welcome to the circus of value.
Ez eddig bejön. És meg lett az utolsó is, úgyhogy ezt most elmentem. És akkor... menjünk a következő pályára. Habár itt van a fejlesztő, megnézem, mit tudok fejleszteni. Egészség fejlesztés 80. Őszített célban még. Hangrobbanás. Hogy azt a próbált? Olvasztó. Villámcsapás 2. Cikloncsapda.
Don't fucking judge me! That's all you...
Azt mondja, hogy az jó, ha van. Jó, ezt lecserélem.
Atlas is a friend of the parasite. Don't be a friend of Atlas.
Oh!
The smuggler is the friend of the parasite.
Oké. Ez is megvan. Hephaistos. Akkor ide kell jönni szerintem. Az a másikhoz nem tudtam megszerzni, és idegesít. De nem működött a jelsz. Mindegy.
Watch yourself.
Jó, vagy gyors mentés. Igen. Azt mondja, hogy
Ryan's stirring. We best keep to our
kicsit
knitting.
játszok.
It's time to either run the
Igen,
table
baj, nem tudom
or go home
újraforgatni
empty.
ezt.
Ryan's got the genetic key to rapture. We get that from him, and we get out of this hellhole. We don't, then you and I are ghosts. Now, would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch? It's time to finish this.
This is equal.
I say Cohen's lost his touch, if you knew him well. When he used to believe in the work, in the struggle. And now, he rots in that Neverland, waiting for someone to come and tell him he's still got it. I suppose that's why he let you live.
Hát igen, ilyenkor sajnálom nem tudom újraforgatni.
You can taste it, can't you? Andrew Ryan.
Huh? I could do this by myself.
Welcome to the Circus of Value!
Ryan nationalised Fontaine Futuristics. He owns it now, lock, stock and barrel. For the good of the city, he says. We'll break it up in due time, he says. I've resigned from the council and lodged me letter of protest, but that's just pissing in the wind. It'll be war, I say. Unless somebody stops Ryan. Right fast.
Azt mondja. Most úgy fog olyan feltörni semmit, hogy... Ez tol vagy, ez bele. Ha nem tetszik a loot, akkor úgy tudom butolni.
Trying to get as close to Ryan's gate as possible without making a spectacle of myself. He's got a shielded 6 ways till Easter. There's no way into that base. All I got for my trouble was the hairy eyeball from Ryan's splicer mates. What's the reward you get for trying to outsmart the best electrical engineer of our generation?
Hát ezt az írt, ezt ki fogom fejleszteni szerintem. Ilyenre itt is van a 3 kis hubica. Ők elsőbb aki itt a... Ebből kell. Oké.
A worm looks up and sees the face of God. But look around.
Mi az anyja?
It's a regular convention of worms in here. They all had mothers, fathers, people who loved them. They got married, their wives. What makes you think you're any different? I haven't chosen a spot for you on the wall yet. Let me know if you have a preference.
I never killed a man, let alone a mate. But this is what things come to. I don't know if killing Mr. Ryan will stop the war, but I know it won't stop while that man breathes. I love Mr. Ryan, but I love Ratchet. If I have to kill one to save the other, so be
Yes.
I had to go jungle style with that filthy ape for 3 weeks, but he finally spilled the beans on how to get to Andrew Ryan. Generate a sympathetic overload in harmonic chord number 3. That's simple. Now all I gotta do is figure out what the hell a sympathetic overload is, and for that matter, a harmonic chord number 3. Piece of cake for an electrical engineer. Too bad I designed ladies' shoes. Gonna go see the grease monkeys left alive in heat loss monitoring. See what I can shake out of their trees.
Like all parasites that have tried to walk, stolen shoes. I'd explain the science that renders what you're trying to do impossible, but that would be like playing Mozart for a tree frog.
Hey, no second chance for the weak. None.
Rapture is coming back to life. Even now, can't you hear the breath returning to her lungs? The shops reopening, the schools humming with the thoughts of young minds. My city will live. My city will thrive. And when that day comes, we'll use your tombstone for paving tiles.
pressure is on the rise.
Awesome.
Back you all!
Oh.
Get away with this?
Is it?
I've seen such terrible things and done worse myself. Thank you for reminding me that the light of the world has not yet been snuffed out. I am sending a little one to help you on your way.
Are you afraid of me,
Strikes me that Marcy was really inconvenienced by his own demise. On New Year's Eve, these wretched splicers come streaming out of the poorhouses and stormed the proverbial barricades. The dead rot in the streets. Johnny and Janie's citizen are lined up round the block for plasmids. Anything to help fend off the rabble.
Sam City. Magyarország. A fegyverfejlesztés.
Assassin. That's rich. I could have gone along, I suppose. Spliced up. Forgot. I believed in this place. I believed in Ryan. But when it got hard, Ryan didn't believe in rapture. Didn't believe in the great chain. He believed in power. And now this place is busto. And my girl is... gone.
Mi ez?
Worse than gone. One of those... things.
Árusító
So
szakértő.
am I an assassin?
Az árusító szakértőhez kell, méghozzá eljött.
It's so good for you, so new for you. To see someone in such a stew for you. And when I say good for you, so good for you.
Jesus, long beat
I'm just crazy.
Kurvára vicces.
Woe be unto you! That's right! Keep...
To build a city at the bottom of the sea, insanity. But where else could we be free from the clutching hand of the parasites? Where else could we build an economy that they would not try to control, a society that they would not try to destroy? It was not impossible to build rapture at the bottom of the sea. It was impossible to build it anywhere else.
Na, most jó a lootom is, jó az utca is van, úgyhogy... Eddig jó. Mi ez a jel? Anyáddal szórakozzatok, baszd meg!
Imagine the will it took to create a place like this. And what have you built? Nothing. You can only loot and break. You're not a man. You're just a termite at the side.
Come on, Mr. Lee. I am ready for dream time, Mr. B.
Oh.
Thank you, mister. Thank you.
I didn't recognize the tourist that come into the shop today.
Körülmények, hogy...
Stacked like Sally and dressed to the
What's up,
She's playing her cards pretty close to the vest, but you ain't gotta be no college job to see that she's into some bad china. She was asking about magnetic locks and some such. I played it coy, but she took wise. After
És akkor még egy kis húzom még.
I gave her directions to Igor's tool shop. Raptor's gone to hell, but sometimes the great chick still cuts you a break.
Ilyen fizikai tonik az kell, meg... Jó, ez a plazmi dolog az ki van maxolva. Ezzel gondolkozok, hogy... Erősít szakértő most... Koncentrált feltörés. Hát igazából ezeket csak szétlövök a francba. De... Jó van.
Come right and take care of this crop himself.
De... Na, ez nem jó így, mi a fasz? Ez így nem fasz, ha valami nem jó. Ez mi? Csak el kell használnom, basszus.
Before the final rat has eaten the last gram of you, rapture will have returned. I will lead a parade. Who was that, they'll say, as they point to the sad shape hanging on my wall? Who was that?
I begged Mr. Ryan to hand Fontaine 2 heuristics over to Atlas's boys as a peace offering. But the stupid sod won't listen to reason. Instead, he's just splicing his mob up, giving them more and tougher plasmids. There's an arms race on here in Rapture, but it's not about who can build the best guns and the biggest bombs. It's about who can become less of a man and more of a monster.
Say, he's telling me he's got the code to Now's every week's I slip in real gentle and nick a buck or two from the till. The Aussie never notices, and I ain't about to tell him. Seems like there's all kind of crazy stuff back there. Maybe one day I'll get more ambitious.
A man builds a city at the bottom of the sea. That's a marvel. Another man happens to be on a plane that crash lands on the same city in the middle of the ocean. Why, that sounds more like a miracle.
Harci tonik, fizikai tonik. De miért riasztott be? Köcsögöm szék. Hoppá, ha az ide jön is. Meg az összes.
Maybe one day I'll get more ambitious.
Oh, what is safe? Kurva anyád! Ó, már kapott vissza. És fent volt a fejlesztés.
Time for a nap, sweet angel.
Igen. Azt mondja, hogy... Nem. Akkor az nem tudom. Arra kéne menni, de... Hát... Crafting. Első rakéta. Ez kell. Ide majd azt hiszem később kell jönni. Igen. Ezt kerestem. Fizikai tonik, igen. Fizikai tonik. Startcserélje, nem a... Nem feltölteni. Szóval a vérsz, amit van beállítani.
Hey!
Welcome to the circus of God, senor!
Ryan's spies are dragging the young one off right now. I'm certain she's one of Ryan's spies sent to fill me out. I think she is. If I'm wrong, then there's some girl lined up on Ryan's bloody trophy wall. Right, Bill. Let's be right. The device is almost finished. I can't get soft now, I can't.
Let me tell you something about keyboards and all the university types. They're so smart, except when they ain't. I put a couple of drinks in him last week, and before I could say boo, he's telling me he's got the code to his office key to the date of Australia Day. Now's every week I slip in real gentle and nick a buck or two from the till. The Aussie never notices, and I ain't about to tell him. Seems like there's all kind of crazy stuff back there. Maybe one day I'll get more ambitious.
Shitty.
Is there blood on the streets? Of course. Have some chosen to destroy themselves with careless splicing? Undeniable. But I will make no proclamations. I will dictate no law. Great chain moves slowly, but with wisdom. It is our impatience that invites in the parasite of big government. And once you've invited it in,
It will never stop feeding on the body of the city.
Egy lövés kellett neki. Jó, mentek. Nehéz abba hagyni ezt.
Some kind of fruit tree spinning like a top. And it was pouring juice down Ryan's throat, choking the bastard. But it wasn't a tree, really. When I looked closer, it was the core control. The gizmo that feeds the mag locks on Ryan's gate. You can't cut off the power. It comes right from the volcanic vents. Ryan always gets his juice. But I suppose you could drown the son of a bitch in it. The basic casing is ready. I've got one charge of nitroglycerin in my office. That will serve as the catalyst. Now I need a 4R34 lead shield wire studs to pass the circuit. Then a half can of ionic gel. That's the pretty Betty of the mix. Should send the core into compensation mode, push power down the line and trigger the circuit breaker on Ryan's gate. Well, that's the theory. It'll either work like a charm, or blow up half of Rapture. Nothing ventured. What a balmy dream. Some kind of fruit tree spinning like a top. And it was pouring juice down Ryan's throat, choking the bastard. But it wasn't a tree, really. When I looked closer, it was the core control. The gizmo that feeds the mag locks on Ryan's gate. You can't cut off the power. It comes right from the volcanic vents. Ryan always gets his juice. But I suppose you could drown the son of a bitch in it.
From the moment you boot up Bioshock, you can feel the story grab hold of you. A plane crashes at sea. A mysterious lighthouse. a sprawling city beneath
Easter
the
egg,
ocean, hooking the player from the first touch without overwhelming him with convoluted RPG mechanics was key to the success of the game and the skillful ramping up of Bioshock's legendary gameplay.
Nem is tudtam, hogy itt van ilyen.
Bioshock has an amazing opening sequence that I can't imagine the game without it, with the plane and sort of the crash. But I understand that didn't come online until like the very end of development. Sean, is that true?
We had a couple of really depressing playtests. We had built all these systems. We thought we were doing a good job of like giving basically people a playground to play with and things to do. And when we had a playtest, we didn't realize how bad of a job we were doing in exposing those systems to the player, because we were so in these systems and in our own heads, we had no idea that we just weren't facing them towards the player at all. So after that playtest, we took a long, cold look at what we were doing and realized that we had to introduce we were confident enough in the systems that they were going to be fun and meaningful to the player, but we really had to think about how we were going to introduce these systems to the player, and in such a way that they understand why the systems were there. Like, you can't ship a README file with the game and expect people to read it. Like, it has to be part of the experience. So the challenge is, how do you introduce people to these systems, but do it in such a way that it fits within the narrative? So we had to integrate all of these things into the story cleanly so that the player felt like it was one smooth experience. And I think the zap 'em and whack 'em thing was one of those.
And the 1-2 punch.
Yeah, the 1-2 punch that came out of that.
The plane sequence at the beginning, I heard a story that like a programmer put that together in like a day or two, and it was a very last minute thing, right?
It was. So we had done a focus test, and we had. It was one of the most depressing experiences of my life, because we were very close to being finished, and it was basically giving people what essentially became the demo, and people played it, and it was in Boston, and we were sort of behind these glass windows, all these sort of Boston guys like, this is a wicked piece of shit. They hated it, and they were making fun of it, and they were saying, it's like watching some guys from Guys and Dolls beating each other up, and it's the stupidest thing they've ever seen. And we thought we were in pretty good shape at that point. And I remember the focus test guy was like sort of like a doctor giving me the bad news. Sorry, Ken, you better get your affairs in order. Right. And we all came into work the next day, and we were like, what are we going to do? And we were all pretty depressed. But I think we started talking. And as we talked, we started thinking about, what are they saying to us? What are these people saying to us? We think there's something there. How are they missing it? And we decided that maybe they didn't understand who they were and who their role in the world, as a character, who their role in the world was, because the game at that point started with you in the ocean, floating in the ocean after the plane crash. And
the crash still was in the fiction, it just wouldn't show it.
You just didn't see it, so you didn't have the voiceover saying, my parents always said I was going to do great things or whatever that. They didn't show the plane crash. We didn't establish a time period. Yeah. Because the plane is critical to establishing. You're smoking a cigarette. It's very 1960s looking. All that stuff was established. It wasn't established. So we decided we had no time and no money so we sort of came up with a script. I wrote some lines, a line, I think. Nate, one of our artists, recorded the line. Steven and Sean and those guys got to work on building this very simple sequence, which was relatively simple sequence. And then the plane crash actually happens over the Bioshock logo we already had. But we wrote a radio play behind that with, altitude of the crash. And that, I think, set the emotional, and the people screaming in terror on the plane crash, that set the emotional tenor much better and explained who the player was. And all of a sudden, we released, then I think the next real encounter we had was people playing the demo, public encounter, and all of a sudden it was a very different experience.
No, I remember even back in the day, I think we did a thing on TV where you kind of talked about it, and it was like that night, and I remember that night, like people on the forums were just like going nuts. And even though the game had a lot of press attention, when people finally got to play it and go through that sequence, I just remember there was this mass sort of excitement around it, and then the game shipped only a few weeks after that, right, or a month after that?
A week later, or a few days later.
It's amazing, like now, to hear that, like literally like a month before the game came out, like the plane sequence came online or something. I mean, it was that late. Right?
No, yeah. Well, we still had to go through certification and all
Yeah,
that.
but I'm sure it's like within.
It wasn't far. It wasn't far. It was really last minute, and it was one of those things where like you really shouldn't be putting in content that late. Yeah. But we felt that we were so close to having something good that we just rolled the dice on it, and we worked really hard on it. Like we worked really hard. I remember how much time I spent on just that recorded of altitude. I can still hear the different version of that in my head because we spent so much time on that stuff. And these guys were working on getting the animations right and the
scene was shot in engine, but we decided to pre-render it so that we had to do less QA on it.
Right.
There was it wasn't going to be some like weird streaming error or crash error. Wow. It was just like, we're just going to show the video, yeah.
And it's interesting because once you start in the ocean, we had this experience of testing a lot with the water effects and how beautiful Steven's water effects were. People didn't realize they were out of a cutscene at that point. And so they would just sit there and stare, and then they pick up the controller. And they pick up the controller, and all of a sudden they realize they were controlling things. But that, as Sean said, that part of the plane is not actually interactive. It was done in the engine, but we just filmed it.
Now, as people were playing through the game and you were testing it, I'm sure there was debate about, when would you introduce this plasmid, what would the ramp be? Did that change at all, sort of as you got towards the end of development, about like, we're going to give people the gun at this point, or it's like, we're going to trigger these plasmids at this point? Like, how did that work?
So, like, we moved guns around. Like, for instance, there was a big debate about, originally you found a gun in the lighthouse, a pistol in the lighthouse.
Oh,
the very
right
beginning.
there, yeah.
And because it's a shooter, right? Like, what the hell? And we had a lot of debates about it, and I feel that it was important that we didn't do that because the fact that you sort of go through a lot of the experience without having the distraction of a gun is important to getting you immersed in the world. Because when you have all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right? But you don't have the hammer, so you just sort of had to take in the world and have that feeling of fear. And like I know when you saw that splicer bounding around on the ceiling, that you couldn't do anything about it, and that had even though that's
those are those moments, right? Like I remember when I played Unreal for the first time, where it's like you're trapped and there's a monster and you can't do it, and the lights go out. It's like that's the moment with the splicer where you're like, I want to do something but I can't, and that evokes an emotion.
I remember we kept, moving where the machine gun appeared around and where various plasmids appeared around. It was a real. It's a real fine-tuning process.
Yeah, and it gave us an opportunity, like especially with the shotgun, to really present the weapons, like put some space between them.
It's a moment when you finally.
Yeah, I think
we
like
get the shotgun Paul sequence.
Paul Hellquist was he put the sequence together for the when you see the shotgun laying in the pool of light. Like every game developer knows what that means. You know the minute you pick that thing up, something's going to happen, but. It was still a very effective way, as I'm remembering it, to, look, I've been waiting for this thing, I'm going to pick it up, and now you have an immediate opportunity to use it. But, at the same time, we're trying to ramp up the tension level by having the splicers kind of on the outside of the light, so you can't really see them, and then coming in one at a time and attacking you.
Yeah. And we had very few tools to really control how those splicers acted. So how they were set up and how the environment was lit was really important.
There's even other things like when you get the TK plasmid, I don't think we had a lot of physical space and opportunity and time to really present that. So we came up with the narrative that, it was the doctor's office and he used TK to practice tennis. And we had the turret in there that threw tennis balls at you. So if you wanted to, you could catch the tennis balls and throw them, and you could knock things down. I think it revealed pickups that you could then, pull to yourself with TK. But we're always trying to think of like little backstories that we could do. It doesn't have to be as involved as the shotgun ambush. Sometimes it's just, let's take a grenade turret and turn it into a tennis ball turret.
Because we want to, because I remember like the impulse was, I've been to dentist's office, and there's always some like weird aspect of the dentist personality. They always want to get through their office, They always have to have their hobby featured in some way, and so we saw an opportunity there to both feature this, he's a tennis nut, and teach TK at the same time.
And the
Úgy itt van, bazd meg, ha valakit érdekel majd, és ez a részhez jut, akkor itt a rendezői kommentár, úgyhogy ezt meg lehet nézni az ott is. És szerintem egy lezárásnak ez így pont jó. És most mentek egyet. Játék elmentve. Én szépen elköszönök. Megnézem, kit tudnék hoztolni vagy raidelni. Mondjuk nem sok jelentkező lesz szerintem, na mindjárt kiderül. Azt mondja, hogy nem. Nem. Úgy bácsi, kis Fortnite-tal ban meg. Úgyhogy én szerintem most át fogok mindenkit, hát aki itt van, az áthoztalom. Mondjuk magamon kívül nem igazán van más, úgyhogy mindegy, legközelebb talán szombat este, de nem biztos. Viszont köszönöm a figyelmet, aki itt volt, aki nem. Ha vissza akarjátok nézni a végigjátszást, nézzetek fel YouTube csatornámon. És lájkoljátok, vagy iratkozzatok fel, ha akartok. Köszönöm a figyelmet. Ne menjen el senki, vagy hozta, vagy raidelek, de szerintem raidelek. Na be, inkább host. Na, hello, jó hét. Otto bácsi elment, úgyhogy más fogok raidelni. Köszi, hogy itt voltatok.